All right, I think we're live. Hi, Super Simon. How are you, brother?
Hey, brother. I'm doing very, very well. So happy to be here today with you in front of this wonderful community. How's your day going?
Yeah, man, day's going great. Day's going great. It seems it's a little bit chilly, but summer's coming, so it's all exciting. Just wanted to say, if you're watching live, guys, in the community, in the organic marketing and strategies for six and seven coaches, drop a comment below. Let us know if it's live. Let us know if you're watching the replay. And the reason we're talking here is because Simon and I have been connected for a long time. Actually, we met how 4 years ago when we were yeah, it was a long time ago, man, and we were doing this, trying to figure out the online world, right? Trying to live the laptop lifestyle and all these things that everyone's talking about. But it wasn't until 10 months ago that we started working together. And yeah, and Simon's hit like he's made a quarter of $1 million in 10 years, in 10 months. In 10 years, it would be not a big achievement, but anyway, in 10 months, right? So I just wanted to talk to you, man, to hear it from you, know where you were, know where you are, what are your focal points, because there's a lot of people trying to make this online world work, and a lot of coaches and consultants, and there's a lot of misunderstanding, and there's a lot of ideas that don't work. And obviously, you've done quite a few things that work, and I would like to hear your story, brother.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, first of all. And yeah, this is a huge milestone. And then we'll lead into a little bit about like the focal points and everything. But just to put everyone here on the perspective, maybe some of you know me already or have seen me in this group before. Maybe you don't know me at all and you're like, who's that person? So basically, I'm 35 years old. I'm French Canadian. English is my second language. I've learned it 8 years ago from scratch. Like I was not speaking a word of English. So for every one of you out there that is actually not an English born speaker, it's totally possible for you too. Second of all, I started my online journey. Okay, about 3 years and a half ago, like Carlos said, we were dabbling into affiliate and all these things, and I got really good at it. Like a chicken with no head on Facebook, I didn't know what I was doing, but I had some revenue, and it was great. Then lost it, then got into another online thing, and then lost it again, and it led me to the end of 2019 when. After losing two businesses that were profitable 2 times in a row, I was like, okay, what's the big lesson learned here, Simon? Right? What's happening here? Why is it happening to you? I think sometimes life puts some things in your way to make sure that you realize your full potential and you go in your own direction. And this was the two businesses that led me to this amazing coaching opportunity. Of course, the main factor why I decided to go into coaching is because I had a lot of knowledge on social media. I knew how to do all these things. I was very familiar with how to leverage Facebook mainly. This is where I put all my expertise at and all my business. And I was tired of using someone else's products and doing all these things. So I was like, how can I really leverage my knowledge, package it, help other people do the same, and like help coaches down the line to make this happen. So therefore, it led me to January, and then I remember Carlos was a little bit ahead of me in this game, and far ahead of me actually. And I was like, you know what? I'll reach out to him and see how is it working for him. How can I really learn a little bit from him, and how can he introduce me to the right people so we can really make this happen in a nutshell. And this is where everything started to change. Of course, like I told you guys, I was dead broke at that time because I just lost everything once again. I was living at my friend's place during just before the lockdown last year. My friend's place in a basement suite. I was having a room for free that he was letting me live there with when he was with a couple, right? And I had nothing. So I had to gather the money to invest in myself because I knew there was something better, but I didn't have all of it. And most things like this, right? So it was a big journey about me believing in myself enough to put my money towards myself in order to learn the skills that would save me months, years, and weeks in order to try to figure it out myself. And I would probably not be here today talking to you guys about this subject if that would be the case. So in a nutshell, that's kind of my story. Ended up having nothing last year, started my coaching business in around March when it was fully established and stuff like this. And now I'm grateful enough to be able to, I've been over, quarter of a million and close to 275. So this is pretty amazing.
That's epic. We got Christine Stowe, we got Ira Blasco and Martin, and that's more like, hey guys, let us know. I'm just looking at my phone, so this is why I'm looking at the side. Thanks for watching, guys. So that's great, man. Like one of the things that I mean. I knew you were going to be highly successful because you've always, when you put your attention and you focus on something, you just go and do it and smash it. And this is one of the things that people think that running a business, or it's kind of pressing buttons today, 2 hours a day and then sit down. And you got to put in the work. But then also a lot of coaches get discouraged by the money making side of business, because we all want to coach and serve and help people. But when they realize that it takes to sell, you need to sell your services, they're like, it feels kind of. And one of the things that you and I have been talking a lot is that, like these money goals, Laura watching from Riga, these money goals, sometimes they don't really motivate us. And you are the coach who serves. And, I'd like to hear more about that, because a lot of people have this aversion towards money, but you need to do both. You need to sell service and serve your clients. So what is your focal point here? Like, I'd love to hear, how did you do that?
Okay. So basically, of course, we all need money to survive. We all need money to get the things that we want, build our dreams, invest, do all these things. Money is how society runs. We needed to do all these things. And of course, when I got into this, I had no money and I wanted to make some money. And like you mentioned, like I branded myself as the coach who serves. And I'll give you guys that little story that really changed everything for me. And I think that's at the time we started to really focus on that as well. And I'll lead it into the focus that is coming from this, right? It's not just because I love serving people that I put this out there. It's because when I started to have really good success in my business, selling my packages, having a lot of clients, getting to those $20,000, $30,000 months, I was like, whoa, money, it's so good. I love it. And then you get addicted to that feeling of having more money. So then whenever the following month, that was around in July, I think, last year, when I was actually going on to calls with people, instead of focusing on how I could help them, I was seeing this more as how much I can make with that phone call. And this big thing like happened to me. And while focusing on the wrong thing, that is the money instead of how you can help people, I've had one of my lowest months to date at this time based on the prior like 2-3 months. So therefore I sat down and I'm like, Simon, what's the key here? And how can you make sure to have money targets, of course, because you're building a business, you want to have some targets, but how can you really make it happen? So you always remind yourself to come back to the basic and that you're in the business of coaching and helping another human being. So this is why I decided to brand myself as the coach who serves, because every time I say it on a live, every time I post it, every time I see it on my page, it reminds me the focal point of my entire business, and it's the people. Because without my clients, my business would be nothing. I could be the best coach, I have the best blueprint, I have the best things. If I have no clients, there's no business. Therefore, the most important things when you want to reach a certain amount of money in a quarter, in a month, or stuff like this, is to evaluate two things, okay? How much is your package? How much value you're providing in your package to price at the right thing also. And the third thing is, okay, for example, you want to reach, let's say you want to make 30 grand in the next 3 months. So instead of being like, I need to make 30 grand, just focus on, okay, I have a $3,000 package. So it means I need to speak and sell my package to 10 people over the course of the next 3 months. So then it chunks down the actual price point, and then you're not focusing on the number anymore, because you know you'll reach it by serving and helping 10 people at this price point, right? But then lower than that, it's really, really important to put in perspective. It's to go in everything that you do and put people's first, okay? And forgetting about the money, but always helping them to the best of your abilities, because you are not doing anyone a favor if you are not truly wanting to help them and buy into their bullshit. Right. So this is one of the biggest thing that happened to me as well, to make sure to reach this. So therefore, if you know you need to close 10 people or like get 10 people into your program, how many people do you need to talk to every day? How many people do you need to book calls with your percentages that are going to build over time, and you'll understand exactly your numbers. And once your numbers are on point, then you'll be able to predict your income based on the amount of people that you get into your business, if that makes sense.
Totally, man. And one of the things that I always teach is like, I see it as a circle. You understand your niche, you provide value to your niche, you enroll your niche into your coaching program, and then you get results. And then everyone thinks that this results is my results, right? It's not your results, it's your client results. Because when you're serving, when you're providing value, when your clientele it's getting a benefit and a profit from your coaching, then this feedbacks into the circle, and this is how you grow the business. Otherwise, it would be an open circle, and it's never gonna roll. You need to close this cycle, and it is helping people get results. And there's no more secret than that. And when you focus on the money, you cannot, where Tony Robbins says, where your focus goes, energy flows. So if you're focusing on the money, you're missing out on the biggest important part of your business, which is serving your clients and adding value. So good job, man. And I know that you went through that. I went through the same shit when I started my business, because I started focusing on money, because you start seeing the results, you see the potential, and you start it's not getting greedy, but it's like, okay, more, because entrepreneurs, we have this growth mindset, right? And then you remove your attention from what's most important, which is your clients. So anyway, man, I'm super happy that we're here, and we should catch up, man. I know that you're in Bali and I'm in Cyprus. Yeah. We should find a place where we can throw a party together, brother.
Yeah, when the world makes it happen and everything. And if we can add something else to that tangible there, I love what you just mentioned with the circle, right? Getting your clients the results and everything, and focusing on that, because it's going to make everything spin together. Once you find your niche, you learn your message, you do all these things, write your content. But also another thing that I think a lot of coaches, when they start and they get a few clients, they feel like they're responsible for their clients' results. And this is the little fine line there, okay? Because you are not responsible for your client's results. You are responsible to deliver the value for them to get the results. And their responsibility is to actually get that value and implement it. If someone is not doing it, it's not your job to take them by the hand and make it happen. It's your job to push them and unblock them so they take action by themselves. And this is something I really learned a long time. It took me a long time to learn, because I was always like the dad and oh, you're okay, you're fine, blah, blah, blah. But no, it's about putting people at cause and making sure that they are upgrading themselves and they're taking action for themselves with the value and the help that you provide them, right?
Yeah, totally, man. And yeah, that's a good point, because I don't know if that's an English saying, but in Spanish, say your responsibilities finish when the other person's responsibilities start. That means that you can do so much. And if you for you to be able to help, it's like helping a kid ride a bike. And you're always holding them, so he doesn't lose or she doesn't lose the equilibrium, and they never fall. They're not learning. They're relying on you. And what happens is that if you keep your attention out of this kid and they fall, it's going to be your fault, not their fault. So they never learn. They never take responsibility. But you usually learn that the hard way, because your clients, you want them to get results. You want to take care of them. But there is a fine line. So thanks for bringing that up, brother.
Yeah, no, totally. And you know what? I know you wanted to talk a little bit more too about kind of the organic approach and everything. Yeah. I know mine's stable might be shaky. Mine's stable. My connection might be a little bit shaky. There's a storm around right now. And when you live in a third world country, then these things happen with Wi-Fi. I apologize for everyone. It's a little bit delayed or something, but I'm here. So yeah, what did you want to talk about that? Organic and stuff like this?
Look, I wanted, because you've done everything organic, and we've been mastering the organic approach, and I've been talking to some coaches lately, and people believe, people online, coaches or consultants, that the silver bullet to start up and scale up a business is paid advertising. And I see them spending thousands and thousands of dollars. And in the best cases, I see some people making money, but the cost of making this money, it's sometimes the same as the money they make. So if you're paying $10,000 in ads per month and you're making $15,000 worth of money, well, you're making 5,000 profit, but you need to eat, you need to pay your teams, you need to do a lot of stuff. So I just wanted to, I know that you've done everything organic, and I wanted to what is your takeaway for the audience that are trying to build a coaching business?
Okay, perfect. Okay, where can I start? Let's start it backward, okay? Because I think a lot of people, like you said, they got it backwards. But it's not their fault because they don't know better, and then they get influenced by clicking on someone's ad and getting into their thing. So they think that since they got into this process, that they can make it easier for someone else as well. So this is the first step that people fall into. And second part is that paid ads can be good. I've never touched them myself. But it's a good thing to do with the business that the money generates when you're big enough, because this is where people fail. They out of pocket this from their own savings. They out of pocket all this, and those trials and error period are just going to leave you broke or very, very, very like little profit, like Carlos was saying. But for myself, for the 3 years and a half, almost 4 now, that I've been online, I've never ever used and paid for a single ad. The only ad I used, I think, is the $5 that they give you to boost a post when you start a business page. I think that's the only thing I did. And then I didn't get anything from it. I was like, this is BS. I'm not doing this anymore. But everything I've done it organically. Of course, it's not for the lazy people. Of course, you might say to yourself, I don't have time to do it organically because I have a family, I have kids, I have all these things. But I'm going to challenge you on this. I'm going to be like, do you have at least 1 hour a day or two that you can really focus instead of spreading those 15 minutes throughout the whole day? Because this is why you think you can accomplish it, because you are not focused in a tight frame instead of trying to spread it all out and not accomplish anything, right? So I think when it comes to organic and like time management and all these things, yes, it takes more time. Yes, it takes more like efforts at the beginning. But it's so rewarding because you are actually creating something that is very important, and it's not the product, it's not the service, it's not anything, right? It's not your coaching program, it's not anything, it's you. And when it comes to organic content, the most important thing in your business is you. And people don't want to connect with someone that just posts, oh, buy my coaching course, 12 weeks to freedom, all these BS things that we see out there. People want to connect with people that they relate to, that they trust, and everything. You've heard that before, right? Know, like, and trust. Everyone says that like it's just like magical, but it's not like this. It takes some time, takes some effort. And I think one of the things that really got me to where I'm at today, and Carlos will probably second that, is the most important thing in organic marketing. And it starts with a C, ends with a Y, and it's called consistency. Okay. Consistency is the name of that game. Okay. If you are not consistent, then don't ask yourself why your results are not consistent.
Yeah.
It's in every area of every part of your business, right? What do you think?
Oh man, you've touched here like a sensitive point. Like consistency is the king of anything you do in life. You want to get results, you need to be consistent. And you don't go to the gym one day and then you hope to have like these big muscles and be fit and lean, right? You gotta do it consistently, and you understand that. But when it comes to business and stuff, I see people that they feel like, they try things for 1 week. I've done it consistently for the whole week. Like, no. Consistently over a week is not consistent. It's not consistency. It means consistent means trying and pushing and doing 1 week, 1 month, 1 year sometimes. Like an overnight successes sometimes take 10 years of hard work. And this is consistent work, and you try something and the thing is that if you want to evaluate your progress and your success, you need data. You don't get data out of a month of doing something. You get data out of at least 6 months, depending on what you're doing. But in the organic space, you need momentum and you need time. And that means, being resilient, having a proven process and being consistent and trusting that it's going to work. Because if it works for other people, why is it not going to work for you? So yeah, definitely the key of my success as well, it was finding a process that it was working for someone else and implementing consistently day in, day out until it exploded. That's my giveaway here.
Yeah, I did the same thing. And I think one other thing, okay, because we talked about processes and stuff like this. And I'm just going to say that to everyone out here, okay? I think a lot of people who are not patient enough, okay? They buy into something, a coach, a program, and something like this. It's probably the best program that you've ever bought because you decided to buy it. But then you tried for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks and you're not seeing the results that you want. So therefore you want to do, you're like, oh, I'm not getting the results. It's not quick enough. And this is not your fault, right? Because we live in a society that is really creating like that impatient human being with Amazon that drops Prime in like 4 hours in your house if you want to, with drive-throughs and all these things. So it's not your fault. You're accustomed to really fast service. You go to the restaurant, you can eat, pay, drink, and get out in like 30 minutes. Cool, easy, accessible, fast, right? You want to buy a car, you go there, it's done, boom, it's clean, you leave. But when it comes to building a business, you need to have that patience and also to follow the process. But the most important part about following the process is that if someone put that in place for you to use, it's not for you to question that process. Because a lot of people buy something and then they get to a step and they're like, I'm not sure if that would work. So then they stop, they question themselves, they don't put it in place, therefore they're not getting the results that they want, therefore they think this product is not good, therefore they quit, they go buy something else and they just repeat the same action. So it's really, really important that when you get into something and you believe in it and you bought something, push through it. Do it all the way, step by step. Turn that valve of being, I know better than this person, because no, you don't, because you bought that course, because you need to learn something, right? No, but I just want to put this out there, and it's not to be mean to anyone. It's just important. I think a lot of people do that. And the only reason why I got to where I'm at today is that I probably knew a lot more on certain things when I got this program, when I started, but I decided to turn this little valve off and be like, you know what, this person makes this much a year. I'm not. He probably has a process that works and is streamlined and will work for me if I just zip it, understand it, put it into action, rinse and repeat. And this is as simple as it sounds. And you're probably like, yeah, but it's not as easy. No, it's not. It comes with sweat, comes with tears, comes with fun, comes with shit, comes with fucks, right? But then you will get to exactly where you want to go if you be patient, you're consistent, you're resilient, and then you just follow the process without questioning it, because there's a reason why these programs are built this way. So guys, yeah, whatever. I went on a little bit of a rant there, but yeah.
Cool, man. Hey, before wrapping it up, I just want to say one last thing, because it's important to be consistent and resilient and do all this stuff. The problem that most people have, and they don't do that, is because there's not one thing that is not in place, and it's very simple. You just need to find what is your why. Why are you doing that? What is your big why? Is it your kids? Is it your family? Is it what is it? And you need to find something that inspires you to wake up in the morning and to do what you're gonna do, because sometimes you're not gonna like what you have to do, or sometimes you're gonna put in like 15, 16, 18 hours days. And it's cool because you do it with pleasure if you have a big enough reason. And some people give up because they want to do it because they want to make money, or they want to. So find something that is bigger than you and that inspires you.
Totally.
Cool, man.
Just a little thing on that too.
Yeah.
Find your why. Second, don't do something that is totally not aligned with you because other people are winning at it.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, because that's a recipe for failure.
Totally, man.
As well.
Totally. All right, Simon, brother, thanks a lot for being here. Thanks for your time, man. I know that you're a busy man, and I appreciate you having here. And I'll see you probably in Bali at some point.
Hopefully, man. The door's open, but it's closed right now, but whatever. Thank everyone for watching, and have a wonderful day. Woo.
Thanks, brother. Bye.